EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today it's live final round coverage of the Tiburon Championship. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. We're here in the state of Nevada getting set for what should be a wonderful day of golf. Wolf Creek Golf Club is the site for the action. And Frank, this really is the definition of desert golf. It is spectacular.
The green oasis, Rich, amongst this canyon area is just something to be seen, really. It's hard to imagine you can actually build a golf course like this. Elevated tees, huge changes in elevation, and you're sort of weaving your way around this magnificent sort of topography. And to be honest, I've never really seen a golf course like this. It's just an oasis. Amazing.
Excellent opening tee shot right in the fairway. Now the second shot to the par 5. Frank, that is how it's done.
Yeah, take a gross of those. That is a lesson in itself.
And now a chance for eagle. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. So, Frank, what do you think of the start so far?
Rock solid. Very impressed.
Here at the par 4, 445-yard second hole. Severe dog leg to the left. What's the best play here, Frank?
Well, that tee shot, Rich, is so intimidating, so you don't necessarily have to hit driver. Club decision is probably going to be important here, because if you hit driver, you've got to take it down over that left side, all over the canyon area. So if you hit 3-wood, you can play a slightly more conservative tee shot, but it is going to leave you a longer second shot to a green that's well protected on the right side by bunkers. But really, if the wind's not blowing, this is a really good, fun hole to play. Look at the vistas.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Great shot coming out of that bunker right there.
Showing some skills today.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
Trying to get out of here without too many bumps and bruises. This one is for bogey. And that's a bogey. Frank, 227 yards from the back tee here at the par 3 third. This is all you want.
Well, that's for sure. Plays a little longer than that, too, by virtue of playing uphill. Thin air might negate some of that. There's going to be a good shot just to keep the ball on the green. One of the smaller greens here.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up.
Now it's at sneaky distance.
Oh, yeah, birdie, Frank, and another shot closer.
Sniffing in the right direction.
We have already begun. Let's pick up with the action at hole number 4. As we check in on this early final round action, we join our featured golfer off to a hot start.
Yeah, some great golf. I really like the way they've been playing right now. Certainly playing aggressive golf, and that's getting rewarded today too. If there's a little bit of timidity at the top there, then there's this great opportunity that's going to open up, especially over those closing few holes.
From 90 out.
Safely on deck.
She is putting the full arsenal of her skill set on display this afternoon. Beautiful shot. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. That's a solid par. Still in it, Frank. Now to the par 5 fifth hole. Cut it over the ridge here, Frank?
Well, if you can, if you dare. And there is actually a stream here. I know we're in the middle of a desert, but if you can clear that stream, that's the main thing. This is a crazy-looking tee shot.
Oh, I love this. She is winding up. Just wants to tear the cover off this golf ball. Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball.
Huge with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. This one will play a little bit longer. It's up the hill to that green. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Oh, what a shot. Setting up for an eagle here. Shouldn't be a problem here. Frank, I did not expect that. Eagle. Frank, standing on the 6th tee and looking out at this golf course, I can't help but think that if you hit it offline here, you're going to be playing golf with the billy goats.
Yeah, you might actually turn into a billy goat come the end of the day, that's for sure. The huge elevation changes, once again, are apparent here at the 6th. Tis a dogleg to the right, not really a driver unless you want to sort of bring that creek into play or that little stream that cuts across. Second shot, a little bit uphill. Those bunkers are really where you shouldn't go. We all know that. And this green is anything other than flat. A fun-looking hole, too, and a fun hole to play.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Good looking shot right here. Birdie try up next. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. So frustrating sometimes on the greens, isn't it? Drop shot here at the 6th. Hit it. Boy, the train went off the tracks here on this hole. This is for double bogey. I don't know if that was a misread or what, Frank, but that one hurts.
Yeah, she's certainly going to have to pick up her socks after that.
Well, once you hit double the par, it's time to just pick up and move on. Now on to the par 4 7th hole. Is this a reachable par 4, Frank?
Distance-wise, you would think so, but the designer has done something to avoid that, and it's put all this water in front of the green. It would take a mammoth tee shot, and that's something like 300 yards through the air if you're going to try and even drive this green. Is the risk worth it? Well, if you're just playing with your friends, maybe it is. Otherwise, you just lay it up just past those those bunkers on the right and the left. Get it down there on the flat. A little pitch you would think is simple, but because of the slope of this fairway, chances are you might not get a flat lie, and that's going to make that second shot that much harder.
Just the tap in to finish the hole. Starting to move on this leaderboard now, Frank.
It's got a nice look to it. Another who's who.
Par 3 8th, 248 yards down to the green. What a hole.
Yeah, maybe you put your two hands together, make a little prayer. You might make two, but you make three here and run to the next tee. This is it's just a gorgeous par 3, but it is tough. Every bit as tough as what it is pretty, as a matter of fact.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Birdie try up next.
Ooh, chance for birdie.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Ooh, so close.
Oh, that even caught me by surprise, Rich. I thought par was in the bag.
This now for bogey. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Call in the medics, Frank. Can't stop the bleeding here.
Just racking the bogeys up.
Stepping up to the shot here at the 9th. It's a par 4, 390 yards.
It is anything other than straight off the tee because of all these sort of undulations and curvature on the fairway. You'd think well bunkered, but the last bunker on the right side there, longer hitters, they can nearly fly that, just over 300 yards. Either that, shorter hitter, just play to that fat area of the green. That'll be sort of some, 270 yards. That will take all the water out of play into a green that slopes back at you. So very good chance, even with a wedge in hand, to get the ball close. A good way to finish the front 9.
Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot.
Really? This is that awkward length.
Don't leave it short. Wow. Just has the feel today. Now the start of the back 9 here at Wolf Creek Golf Club in Mesquite, Nevada, or as I like to call it, Mind Blower Golf Club. Frank, everywhere you look, it's just a mind blower. I mean, this one is hard to believe.
Well, this one's also a hard hole. 472 yards off the back tee. The fairway is a little wider than what it looks off the tee because that sort of desert ridge on the right side there, that blocks part of the fairway. So if you can imagine that fairway opens up a bit, then you'll be fine. A good tee shot down here, especially with that elevation there. That should shorten the hole up a little bit. 270 yards gets you past all those bunkers on the left side. They'll take those out of play. And once again, a little bit uphill, and you see the green shapes a little bit to the right. So make sure you're aware of where that flag is.
On the green in regulation. And getting ready for the putt. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one. Even par currently.
Good solid par right there. We're here at the downhill par 3 11th hole. Frank, it's 215 yards from the back tee.
This hole certainly is not for the faint of heart. When you look at that tee shot, you think, oh my God, what do I do from here? But remind yourself, it's 215 yards and really only about 160, 170 yards to green grass again. But it's 215 yards. That should be the club that you're trying to pick. Green's big enough. Just persuade yourself that. Try not to look at the canyon and the desert. There is a green down there. The hole is playable.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Set on display this afternoon. Beautiful shot. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
That's how you keep a round going. Make them from that distance. Now to the par 5, 12. Pretty big hole with a really big green.
And a really good blue area to the left, caught water there. That's to be avoided off this tee, that's for sure. A good drive that avoids all of that. Then the hole is certainly reachable, but as you can see, water creeps in again, back right on this hole. So just don't get too cavalier here. A 5 wouldn't be the worst score. I know you want better, but believe me, seen many as 6s and 7s racked up here at 12. Remember, out of the rough, expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Frank, not close, but from that line, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Good read, good line. Well played.
13th hole, and Frank, Wolf Creek is really kind of a macho golf course because you can stand on a tee like this and say, you know what? I'm going to take this one over the mountains.
And then, if you do, then you flip the coin. Is it in play or is it out of play? This is one hole. You just you realize you're in the middle of the desert, that's for sure. And one hole that you think, well, if I play this hole a couple of times, I might just get the hang of it.
That shot does finish up on the green, but it sets up a very difficult putt. This is a cross-country special. That's a head-scratcher. No other way to put it. That close to the green and misses it badly to the right. Shouldn't be a problem here. That is a painful miss right there. and a bogey, drop shot here at the 13th.
Well, we'll never know if that had gone in because it never made it.
Just a little tap in here. You can see the look of disgust, and it's justifiable. It's a double bogey. Now to the 14th hole, and Frank, this is probably the best par 4 here at Wolf Creek.
Well, it's certainly the hole that they take the most photographs on, Rich, and you can see why. Great vantage point of the whole golf course. The hole's just sort of littered with bunkers down the left side, so you know where not to go once again. Go to the right side of that. The hole just keeps sort of hooking around that left side. It plays under 450 yards. It's fun. Just sort of draw it a little off the tee, draw it a little into the green, and you'll be fine.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. The approach here at 14, what do you like, Frank?
Well, it's a dogleg right to left, and the green is also shaped that way, Rich, so it suits a draw off the tee, and it's going to suit a draw coming in. And that draw you're going to get by virtue of the fairway that slopes from right to left, which encourages that shape of shot. And you should be able to use the natural contours of this green. You work it out, you're going to be rewarded.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Seems to really have the touch today. Here at the 15th hole here at Wolf Creek, bit of a breather here. Nice, short par 3. You don't want to miss this green.
No, that's the temptation there. If you try and bite off a little too much because it looks a little too easy, then a bogey here and you're in a bad mood all of a sudden at Wolf Creek.
Well, that is a ball striking clinic right there. Another dazzling approach shot. Pretty close. From about 8 feet. Can't make it, Frank, if you don't hit it.
Hubert Green once said, 99% of putts left short don't go in. I don't know what happened to the other 1%, but...
That's a solid par putt. Now to the 16th hole as we get set for the finishing stretch. And Frank, what's the best way to play this relatively short par 4?
Somehow you've got to straighten the hole up in your mind's eye, Rich. Just look all the way across that canyon and look like the hole was built straight, because really that's the way it's...
Man, let's see what she's got here. She is loading up for the big one.
Just smokes it.
Excellent looking shot here.
This green has a lot of contours in it, so it's very hard to get a dead straight or a flat putt here at 16. Second shot's not overly long, though, just a short on in. You should be looking at a birdie opportunity, but really you don't want to stray too far away from 15 or 20 feet. Otherwise, it's going to get very difficult putting on this green.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Nice birdie to move to 3 under par for the tournament. Frank, this is really a cool closing stretch here at Wolf Creek. Short par 3 15th, the short 4 at the 16th, and now the par 5 17th. You can make up some ground in a hurry as you come down the finishing stretch.
You certainly can. A good drive short of the little stream creek that runs across there, and this is doable as a two-shotter. You find the bunkers or trouble off the tee, then obviously you're forced to lay up, leaving that third shot across the water. But really a fun hole if you want to try and take that second shot on.
Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long.
Second shot.
This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
And with the birdie, moves into the top 10 on the leaderboard.
And moves into some very good company.
Finishing hole here at Wolf Creek is only